Hello, everybody. I'm Ellis Paul. I'm welcoming you all to Ellis Paul's Sunday All Request Patreon show. And tonight, it's a special night. We're going to be doing an album of mine and by we, I mean me, just me alone here. But this is the album. I'm going to be doing The Speed of Trees. I released that in 2002, back in the day, on Rounder Records. That's what the show's going to be. It's part of the Patreon subscriber service. I'm going to start in all these forums: Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, 5 Facebook pages, and then I'm going to be signing off on all of those and just hanging out with the Patreon folks. So you can sign up on Patreon. It's listed somewhere here. We're going to start in about 10 minutes. I thought I'd start a little bit early tonight for the lounge portion of this show, play some music for you, and just kind of settle in. A little bit longer time in the lounge tonight. We're here a little bit early, and let me see. Let's get this going here. I can have a little music here to listen to in the background. This is Boys of Summer. This is a song that I released on Patreon. It's a cover. I released an album of covers on Patreon back in September. That's one of the things people get that join up. Really looking forward to tonight. Been waiting to do this for several weeks, and I think this album is one of my best, certainly, and maybe the best collection of songs overall I've ever put out. So grab a beverage, make yourself at home, share this please if you would. Get the hair going here. We're going to slowly watch the sunset in the back over time tonight. I'm driving by your house, though I know you're not home, but I can see you. Your brown skin shining in the sun. You got your hair combed back and sunglasses on, baby. And I can tell you my love for you will still be strong. Let me know where y'all from. Got some surprises tonight. Looking forward to sharing them with you. I never will forget. Just gonna look for a few song lyrics while we're waiting. It was a dream. Remember how you made me crazy. Remember how I made you scream. Now I don't understand what happened to our love, but babe, I'm gonna get you back. We've got folks over there in Auburn, California. Hi, Ann. Glad to have you on board here. Jackie McDonough over in Pittsburgh. Dan Brennan up in Chicago. Charles Brabeck, nice to see you. Somewhere near Rocky Mountain there. Scarlett's here again. Thank you so much. And Lisa Johnson from Tewksbury, Massachusetts. Michael's here. He was there even at the very beginning of some of these songs. Sean Shipley out there in Illinois listening in. And Facebook user, Austin in the great state of Texas. I don't know why you're not coming up. Grand Rapids. Oh, just the Adams. Well, the way it works over on Patreon is there's a little YouTube icon on the video. If you press that, it flips you over to the YouTube version of this, and that way I can see your comments and you can hang out with a few more people that way. We're going to be here for about 3 songs, folks. And then we shut off all the Facebooks and the Twitters and the Twitches, and we are just part of the Patreon family at that point. Gail Scott is here. Good to see you, Gail. I haven't yet started your piece of art, but I'm going to be working on it after I get the one on the table behind me done. Belrecca is in the house. John Guinan, there you are. Down in Austin. Nice to have you join me, John. Thanks for coming in tonight. Again, for you folks just coming in, we're going to start in about 5 minutes. Today we're going to be doing this album of mine back from 2002. Get a hold of this. The Speed of Trees. It's got Maria's beautiful hits, Give In, Give Up, 18, If You Break Down, the Ballad of Chris McCandless, Sweet Mistakes, Roll Away Bad Words, When We Begin, God's Promise, The Speed of Trees. It's sort of almost like a greatest hits record. If I had to put this out as a, well, not that I've had a hit, let's make that clear. But if I have to say, I think it's a pretty solid batch of songs here. I'm going to play one more song for you. Maybe we'll do another one from this Patreon album. Let's do Cats in the Cradle. That was... It was great to get these songs at my fingertips, arrange them on instruments like banjos, and figure out what the magic was from the inside. A child arrived just the other day. There's Karen. Thank you so much, Karen. That's all the PayPal Venmo stuff. Again, I'm just going to do about 3 or 4 songs here on Facebook and Twitter and Twitch, and then shut all those off, and it'll just be me and the Patreon crowd. There's a link to sign up on Patreon in the description above the video. It's only $1 a month. I hope you'll consider it. Manchester, Maine in the house. All right. I have a beautiful sunset behind me, guys. It's pretty awesome. Just the other day, he said, thanks for the ball deck. Come on, let's play. Can you teach me to throw? I said, not today. I got a lot to do. He said, that's here's to 2002. Away, but a smile never dimmed. He said, I'm gonna be like him. You know I'm gonna be. I have all the beverages lined up and ready to go. And the cats in the cradle and the Patrick Jordan is here. Good to have you here, Patrick. Thanks so much for coming in. Well, you will. You will hear that tonight for sure. I hope you guys are having a great weekend. We're going to start in about a couple more minutes. Please share it on your Facebook pages. What I'd really like, Dad, is to borrow the car keys. See you later, can I have them, please? And the cats in the cradle and the silver spoon. Little boy blue and the man in the moon. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Charlotte is here again. Thank you, Charlotte, for coming. Thanks for all the support over the year, the pandemic year. I can kind of feel like the end is in sight to a degree. I've long since retired, my son's moved away. Shows are being put up on the calendar for me, starting in June. I said I'd like to see you if you don't mind. More on that in a moment. Dad, if I could find the time. You see, my new job's a hassle and the kids have the flu, but it's sure nice talking to you, Dad. It's been sure nice talking to you. Scarlett is getting the first COVID vaccine tomorrow. Good luck with that. I've got one in me. I'm going to do the second one on April 15th. We're going to start when this song ends. Looking forward to it tonight. When you're coming home, son, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, Dad. You know we'll have a good time then. Got something new here for you. Check this out. That's what I spent my day doing. How about that? A little bit of fun there. We've got a couple other ones going on here too. I know this is off topic here, but welcome to the show. My name is Ellis Paul. You're here at the first part of the Patreon All Request show. Patreon is a subscription channel where I put out my music and my art and my writing and videos and things like that I want to do to talk about the things I'm interested in. We put up a few things every week over there, and it's like a one-man Netflix. Why is it important? More important than Facebook, for example? Well, I want to let you know that I spend thousands and thousands of dollars on Facebook every year trying to reach an audience I already have. And Facebook is doing this kind of thing, trying to keep me at 14,000 people have asked to follow this site. So I'm going to be disengaging Facebook as a partner in my business and just use it as the tool that they're using me as. They don't care about me. I never have talked to a single soul at Facebook, a single human being. All I am is a victim of the bots and the restrictions and all the other trouble that it brings. So I've decided that my website is going to be where I connect with folks, and mainly Patreon. And that means everything I put up will be seen by everyone who signs up for it. There will be no blocking of the posts. There will be no, and it is a payable site for the consumer side of it, but it's $1 a month. And you're talking about potentially dozens of posts. At least a dozen posts in that period of time. So check out Patreon. The link is there. Today I spent a little bit of time getting some of these things done. You saw this. I also did one for the Wednesday show. Check this one out. And then lastly, the Friday night one. Isn't that cool? That took about 3 hours today, and it's nice to be expressing myself with a video and bringing in music on those things instead of the sort of slick version that StreamYard has given me here. I've decided to create my own. Hey, today is a special day. Back in 2002, I should say, I put out an album called The Speed of Trees. It was produced by Duke Levine, recorded up in Boston. It has Lucy Kaplansky singing on it, Jennifer Kimball singing on it, Dennis Brennan. If you don't know those names, you ought to check them out. They're all amazing performers. This is the album cover there. It was released by Rounder Records, and I think it may be one of the best collection of songs that I put out among the 21 albums I've ever recorded. A lot of those songs are still in rotation, especially on these live stream shows. They include Maria's Beautiful Mess, Give and Give Up, 18, If You Break Down, The Ballad, Chris McCandless, Sweet Mistakes, Words, Roll Away Bad, Breaking Through the Radio, When We Begin, God's Promise, and The Speed of Trees. We're going to be going through them all tonight. I'm going to be explaining the backstory. I'm going to be talking about the recording process and the stuff that was cool behind the scenes on every song. I want to thank Charles Brabeck for the first tip in the tip jar tonight. Thank you for the love and support, Charles. You are a gentleman. Thank you. Let's do the first song. The first song on the album is called Maria's Beautiful Mess. And I think this is absolutely one of my favorite songs to play. And from a songwriting point, I think it's my best love song, really. Let's try it. I wrote it about a woman named Mia Adams. She was dating a friend of mine, Tom Kimmel, at the time. Yet I still had a minor crush on her, and of course, since she was a good friend, I would have never, attempted anything to step in there. And Tom was a good friend. So I wrote it into a song. I wrote the moment into a song, got it out of my system, so to speak. It was a good way to get through it. This is called Maria's Beautiful Mess. I changed the names were changed to protect the guilty, really. Let me know how that sounds. She fell to the mattress with the grace of an actress. You're falling like a thief from a roof. She's asking for proof. Are you staying outside? You hear mission bells. Welcome to Maria's beautiful mess in a cluttered apartment on the west side. She pulls the blinds wide. You watch as her dress falls round her, and the world slows the clock, shows a wrinkle in the flow of time. She steps close, eyes closed, lip open like a bottle of wine, and she'll love like it's Thursday. She's never been hurt, dancing just like nobody's watching. Is this love? Is this curse? Feels like the first time falling. Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Nobody's watching. Puts on some music. She asked you to choose it. You sang her back a cursory line, and now Ella is singing holy, soulfully bringing up better times. And beneath the tunes, oh, she's smiling on an unmade bed. Says what's in the middle that scares you? Does it dare you to take a moment and just slow down? The world slows the clock, shows a wrinkle in the flow of time. She steps close, eyes closed, open like a bottle of wine, and she'll love like it's Thursday. She's never been hurt, was Maria's Beautiful Mess. I think I learned so much from writing that song, especially on arrangement-wise, all of these, a lot of that slap stuff. I want to thank Alex, our new friend over there on Patreon, and Henry, thank you for the tip in the tip jar. You guys are the best. Alex is joining up on Patreon. That's awesome. Thank you so much. And of course, Charles Braybeck. And we had another tip in there somewhere I saw. Come by. Linda. Linda, thank you too. Well, that was Maria's Beautiful Mess. It's a love song, a fictional love song based on fantasy on my part. So you guys can see the sun is setting behind me over time here in Charlottesville, Virginia, where I live. It will get darker and darker and darker. I want to make one little announcement. We are going to be changing the show times next week so they all happen at 8 p.m. I took a poll of y'all, and so the 3 live stream shows from here on out will be at 8 p.m. We have Wednesday night. The Wednesday night weigh-in will be happening at 8 p.m. Friday night, Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show will be happening at 8 p.m. And then the Sunday night show, All Request Show on Patreon, will also be happening at 8 p.m. Just to be consistent, I know it's a little bit later for those of you watching in Europe, but it just will be better, I think, consistently to come on at the same time so people don't have to think about the switches of that half an hour and miss the show. Next Friday on Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show, we have Paul Nelson coming in. Paul is a honey-voiced bluesman, singer-songwriter, lives up in New Hampshire. I've known him for a few years. He's just a talented songwriter. That's Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show, Friday, April 2nd at 8 p.m. Let's get on with these songs. The next one is Michael Dougherty's favorite song. I know Michael's listening right now, so this one goes out to you, my friend. This is called Give In, Give Up. And I just needed groove. Sometimes, you know, you when you put a record together, you have songs that are cornerstone songs on an album. And for this one, I would say Maria's Beautiful Mess was that kind of cornerstone album. But then if you get too many ballads, you need songs with some groove and some tempo. They're often the last songs that I add to an album. If I fell down on my knees, if I came to you pleading, would you take me as I am? Your touch is all I'm needing. Bring me courage, bring me change. We'll find oxygen and rain, build a shelter in these arms when this love has come to harm. You know who I am. Put a little faith in me. If you need space on a shoulder, why do we fall so fast? Take your ghost in the battle. The sun's rising fast. Just give in, give up. Just get ready for it. Give in, give up. Just get ready for it. Colors in the rain, bells are ringing in the sky. The women walk in wedding gowns. And if you fear your bones may break, if it comes to heartache, the dance comes down to this. Every love will bring a risk. And the colors you choose are yellows and blues. Let's paint the sky till it's over. Why that's sort of I don't know, the love song of desperation. I'm going to do maybe, let's see, I'll do 2 more songs here on the Book of Face and all of these other places they're listening in right now. Then we hand it on over to I should say Patreon. I get them all mixed up. There's so many of these damn things. Patreon. And if you're watching over on Patreon right now, just remember to click on that little YouTube icon. That'll lead you to the YouTube version of the video here. And then you can be amongst the group of people that are watching with us. There's a song about my hometown. It's called 18. I changed the names of the people, some of the details that happened in it. There was a kid in my town who climbed a light pole at night, drunk, and he fell and he lost his life. Seems like in almost every 3 or 4 years of a high school class, there's some tragedy. And that was the one that happened in my high school. It happened a few years ahead of me in class. So I changed some of the details and wrote this, and it's called 18, but it's about a guy that's going back to his high school reunion 10 years later and looking back at that night that thing happened and that person's life was lost. In the song, I don't say that Jimmy Aberdeen died. That's what I call the character who passes away. And it's not from a light, it's from a water tower in the song. So in the song, the person didn't pass away. All right, we're going to tune this properly. I cannot do this out of tune. That would be a crime against humanity. So we're going to do this properly. Just give me 1 second. Can you see the sun setting behind me, folks? Hey, I'm looking forward to later on in April to let you know. Sherry Ulrich is coming in. She's a Canadian songwriting legend up there. She's going to be one of my guests on the Traveling Medicine Show, as well as Grammy-nominated songwriter Eliza Gilkison. Still got to come up with a couple more guests, but it's going to be a great month. Let's try it. It was a summer night, took off my old man's car, rolled the windows right on down, cranked up the radio and chased a meteor down a dirt road out of town. Tonight there's a party out in Walker's Field. Tonight and the firelight our dreams reveal. Tonight you can chase away your high school years, shadows dancing wildly at the scene. voice of Jimmy Aberdeen still washes over me. He had a laugh like a thundercloud. He's holding blue spray paint. Now Jimmy was no saint, but he could always draw the crowd. That night we climbed the water tower in Walker's Field. That night, above the lights of town, our fates were sealed. That night, Jimmy fell down through the darkness. An ambulance brought silence to the scene, and they carried off a life and broken dreams. Jimmy Aberdeen. Cabbie tacks the glass. We're outside my reunion hall. He leaves me tonight. I can count the satellites. I see the tower looming tall. Tonight I'm taking on my memory. Tonight I climb the water tower for the town to see. Tonight I painted steel with cobalt blue, spelling out my graduation year. Above the highway that took me out of here, and I finally think that I really know what it means to be 18. 18. All right, there you go. Remember those times? Look at that. Every time I get through with this song, the sun is that much more beautiful, which is the case tonight. I've got shows coming up. Going to be playing in Booth Bay Harbor, Maine on June 11th. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's going to be on June 13th. June 11th, I'm at the Natick Center for the Arts in Natick, Massachusetts. So slowly but surely, we will be observing all the CDC laws and that the state of Massachusetts has and the state of Maine has. And if we have to cancel a show beforehand for whatever new outbreak we're looking at, then we'll do that. But it's good to know that there's a crack and light is coming in. I don't plan on doing too much more touring for the rest of the summer. After that, I am doing a trip to Ireland with a vacation group. And then October, I'll be starting up a little bit, November a little bit, and December a little bit. However, next year, 2022, the dam will burst and they'll free the folk singers. They're going to let everybody out of their cages and they're going to be roaming around your towns, your neighborhoods, carrying banjos and shit. So look out, we're on our way. I'm going to do this one more song for you folks. Again, the best way to connect with me is on Patreon. I'm so fed up with Facebook and the bullshit of trying to connect with people that want to follow me. And I paid well over close to $10,000 last year in Facebook ads and next to nothing to show for it. For me to hit, like even with this with this video here, for me to hit my entire audience would cost about $1,000 for everyone to see the video that I'm speaking on right now. And it's no way to run a business when I have a mailing list that has 20,000 people on. So please sign the mailing list. Come over to Patreon to get the stuff as it happens, and get discounts on things like the big Ellis Paul Traveling Medicine Show Festival that I'm having in about 2 months. It's going to be on May 28th. We got a lot of great people coming in for it. I'm not going to name names yet, but it looks like everybody we asked has agreed to come. So we're going to make the announcement next week so you can see the lineup. We're going to have about a dozen artists, and it's going to be on multiple stages, all online, and with an interview stage and a performance stage. And it's just going to be a fantastic night of music with quite a few Canadian artists are joining us. A legend, an older gentleman who's a legend in the folk music world is coming in. A few of my dear peers, a few of the folks that have landed on this stage are going to be there as well. So looking forward to it, guys. And let's see. Let's do one more song here before we sign off. This song is called If You Break Down. Well, by the way, on 18, the name of the character that falls off the water tower is named Jimmy Aberdeen. And I needed a fictional name, so I took James Dean and I turned it into Jimmy Aberdeen. I wanted to have like a sort of a tragic name associated with that character. So that's how I came up with the name Jimmy Aberdeen. This song is called If You Break Down. It was on a television show about 10 years ago by the name of Ed. It was the song backdrop for the very last scene of the series. If you come to a day where you wish the clocks would roll backwards in the cover of night, if you're asking stars to stay, begging satellites to stop, to help you to remember how to picture the world before everything had changed. Well, if you break down, I'm at your shoulder. Take me at my word. You can break down. I will tell you over and over. A reliable sound is coming around. If you break down. Fear comes without invitation and lays its head in the green of your tired eyes. If it's paralyzing, I will wake you. We will walk 1,000 paces. Walk away, till you're walking on your own. If you break down, I'm at your shoulder. Take me at my word. You can break down. I will tell you over and over. A reliable sound is coming around. Oh, a reliable sound is coming around. you break down, take my word, I'm coming around, I'm coming around, I'm coming around, coming around, I'm coming around, if you break down. All right, that is If You Break Down. I remember I wrote that for a woman I was with at the time, and she was going through some major surgery, and we were both emotional about it, and I wrote that song for her, and I remember the day that I played it for her, we both like burst into tears. Always a good sign to to have tears shed when you're playing it for the very first time. Let's see, what do we got here now? We have the Ballad of Chris McCandless next, but before I play that, I'm going to be signing off on Facebook. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you want to see the rest of the show, go over to the Patreon site. The link is up there in the description. It starts at $1 a month, folks, so I made it as affordable. That's the lowest level I can go on Patreon. And I know that a lot of you, even if you're paying $1 a month, you're tipping and you're doing all sorts of other things to support my music, going to shows, buying CDs, and I know you're supporting me in whatever way you can, and so I wanted to make it as affordable as I could for you, and that's why it starts at $1. You get more stuff as you go up the tiers, but our sun is setting here in Charlottesville, Virginia, and one by one I'm going to be knocking off of these Facebook pages. Good night, Facebook. You queens of Facebook, you princes of YouTube, you kings of Twitter. Good night. All right, there's one. Slowly. This takes a minute. It's an awkward minute, but I'm going to do it anyway, one by one, just removing them. There we go. Remove, remove, remove. Good night, Facebook. This one is the New England Songwriters Retreat site. Good night, guys. Thanks for tuning in over there. Remove. All right, we're almost there. We went out to 8 different sites tonight, which is a lot. Removing on Twitter. Good night, Twitter. Those of you that are listening, go over there and sign up on Patreon if you can. All right, we're almost there, guys. One more. Twitch. I think I have one fan on Twitch, but he's like 18 and very cool. All right, we are here. Hello, my Patreon friends. Thank you so much for being here tonight. I see all of you, Nancy Chestnut and Dar and Karen. And thank you, guys. Thank you so much for being part of the show tonight. It's nice to do these trips down memory lane for me. Let's see. Where is Lucy? This guitar is named Lucy. Back in the 90s, I read a book called Into the Wild. First, I saw an article in Outside Magazine about Chris McCandless. I know you guys know his story, some of you. He was a trust fund baby, went to Emory University down in Atlanta. And he had a falling out with his parents and felt a little bit lost about who he was. And so he decided that he was going to disappear and just travel and hitchhike for a year and to get his bearings on his life. And he ended up in Alaska, and he passed away up there in a tragic hiking kind of accident. He got trapped behind a raging river, and he couldn't leave the wilderness. He was camping out in an abandoned school bus. But he left this remarkable string of friends all over the country, and in many ways, I feel like one of them, even though we never met. So I wrote this song for him. It's fictional. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Darkness is falling. Wake up, wake up, wake up. Where are you now? Look up, look up, look up. What is your calling? Wake up, wake up, wake up. Look around. Oh, wake up, wake up, wake up. Met on the highway, he was smiling, a mystic in torn blue jeans. The kid left his trust fund to come out walking. He hitched across this country with a backpack and a head full of dreams. I could have sworn he heard the earth talking. He said sometimes, don't it feel like the concrete's closing in? We're putting bricks on the horizon. And was he chasing fool's gold, or a holy man walking a road? Till the end, I hitched a ride with Chris McCandless, stepped in the wild in a dream. The horizon in South Dakota is an ocean of harvest grain. In an empty silo we found work for the taking. He hitched up from California, but he never told me his real name. Never told me what past he was out here shaking. Oh, we're all shaking something sometimes. Don't it feel like the concrete's closing in? We're raising towers on the horizon. And was he chasing fool's gold, or a holy man walking the road? Till the end, I hitched a ride with Chris McCandless, stepped in the wild of a dream. A stone, a path, a river of glass, the night sky. Can you see stars from wherever you are? Wherever you are. In a broken school bus they found him in the heart of the Alaska range. The journey when the heart stops beating. Was he chasing fool's gold, or a holy man walking the road till the end? I hitched a ride with Chris McCandless, stepped in the wild with Chris McCandless, wide awake in a dream. All right, I see that John is saying it might be clipping a little bit. I'm just going to bring both microphones down just a little bit. We'll see if that helps our situation. Thank you, guys. That was the Ballad of Chris McCandless. I was contacted by the movie people when the movie came out, Into the Wild, and it had a soundtrack that had mostly Pearl Jam songs on a ukulele, Eddie Vedder. But we almost had a contract on the table with that song. I wish we would have. It's because I love the song. I love the story. I want to thank Catherine Syme. Thank you for the love and the tip jar. And my dear friend, Patty. Thank you, Patty Dalton, as well. Love you guys. Sending love to you today. We are almost halfway through the album The Speed of Trees. Our next song is Sweet Mistakes. I did have this song in a movie called Shallow Hal. It was Gwyneth Paltrow and Jack Black. And this song is another positive tinged breakup song. We need these songs in our life. This guitar is a high-strung guitar. That's why it sounds so music boxy. All right, let's do this. Sweet Mistakes. Pop the cork of champagne glass, raise to the future, drink to the past, and thank the Lord for the friends he cast in the play he wrote for you. And if you love the girl, man, light up a torch, blaze a trail to her front porch, kiss her till your lips are scorched, till the rain comes down on you, and bless your sweet mistakes that crumpled you down to your knees, that brought you to this place, and the change in you by degrees, when change was just what you needed. If you live your life in a three-piece suit and a cocktail dress, or combat boots, you pack your path, you walk your truth, and the world will come round you. It's a long ride, I can't tell you why, but there's a place in your pocket where peace can abide. You pull it out, it's a compass, a guide, you'll pull it so on you, and bless your sweet mistakes that crumpled you down to your knees. They brought you to this place, and a change in you by degrees, when change was just what you needed. light the flame, and I know you're connected. And bless your sweet mistake, crumpled you down to your knees. They brought you to this place. Now they're changing you by degrees, when change was just what you needed. What you needed. Sweet Mistakes. For those of you just joining us, I want to thank Betsy for coming in as our newest member of Patreon. Thank you so much. And Gordon Barger, thank you so much for loving the tip jar. Man, loving it. Thank you guys tonight. Monhegan Island looks like it's back on. Yes, it is, Gordon. Listen, there's a couple rooms left on the very tippy top of the hotel. They might not be doubles, but there's 2 singles up there. If you have a partner, you can split them, but you got to be able to walk up those flights of stairs. So if you go to Roots on the Rails, I just want to see here if, of course, I'm talking to Pat Gordon. There we go. I don't know if you can hear me anymore, Gordon, but just want to let you know. The trip I'm taking in June, guys, is gorgeous. It's on Monhegan Island. Susan Warner and Seth Gleer are going to be with me on the trip. That's the hill on the island has this for a beautiful view. So it's pretty spectacular. Thank you, Wayne, Scott Wayne, for the love and the tip jar. And so, yeah, pretty amazing. Isn't that gorgeous? And that's going to be in June. And we're going to be masked up and social distancing even in June. But I think we're going to be okay with the crowd that's coming. Another reminder, guys, next week, we're going to shift these shows to 8 p.m. so that they all fall at exactly the same time. Wednesday night at the weigh-in, that's going to be 8 p.m. Ellis Paul's Traveling Medicine Show Friday night, 8 p.m. And then 8 p.m. for the Sunday shows for Patreon. So keep that in mind, too. And again, Friday night, Mr. Paul Nelson will be joining me. He's a great singer-songwriter. Known him for a few years. He lives up in New Hampshire. Should be a good show. We have Eliza Gilkison coming in and Sherry Ulrich in April as well. We'll get some more folks soon, too. Let's do words. Oh, I don't have the music out for it. I guess I'm going to be under the assumption that I have it memorized. Let's find out, shall we? Wrong guitar. Did you guys notice the sunset tonight? Pretty nice, right? And let's see. I like this song too. Jeff Johnson, thank you for the love and the tip jar, my friend. Thank you. I'm just going to turn our light down a little bit now that we got all that backlight gone. I think we can mellow this out. Do that again. Words are better when written down, fall to a page with no sound. If you let them sit a while, give them time and distance, you won't hear the rattle in their voice. Gives a fool away with no choice. Time is all you have tonight. Take the time and get this right. Your eyes make me humble. I fall down at your feet. Pick me up if I stumble over words I cannot speak. So I'm fighting an empty page for words I've gotta say. Sun brings another day. Here I am still reaching. I hear the sound of a morning train. Watch it waking you up again. And I can't explain, but here I am still speaking. Your eyes make me humble. See, I fall down at your feet. Pick me up if I stumble over words I just can't speak. And you say if you doubted me, they'd take all that was yours and go. So take what you've given me. If these words don't voice what this heart just knows, your eyes make me humble. See, I fall down at your feet. Pick me up if I stumble over words I just can't speak. I just can't speak. Speak. I just can't speak. Just can't speak. There we go, folks. Hey, I want to thank Simon out there. Simon, how do I pronounce your name? Antrobus. Thank you for the love tonight. And Gail Scott, thank you for the love in the tip jar as well. Dar, she's also tipping away tonight. Thank you for that. We're going to do a song for her here in a sec. I hope you guys are enjoying this one. And also welcome aboard Marlene Geary. Thank you for coming aboard. Another new member of Patreon tonight. Guys, I'm so proud of how this site has been going, and I want to do more stuff on it. My only fear is that I post every day, but I don't want to kill everybody's inbox. So if you are a full-time member and you check it every day, you can take yourself off the email thing. But we're going to be doing at least 3 or 4 posts a week, pretty much. So keep that in mind. That was Words, and that's about the frustration of saying I love you to the same person for years and years and years. I wrote that for my first wife. We'd been high school sweethearts from the time we were 14 until the time that we broke up. And that song was written because I wanted to express myself in a way that felt unique to her. I just didn't want to say I love you for the millionth time. It was not that those words are in any way inadequate, but it's sometimes after you heard them a million times, they don't hit you properly, Not that you take them for granted, but anyway, that was Words. Next up is Roll Away Bed. I wrote this for another friend of mine. A lot of songs about old girlfriends and former wives on this album. Let me see. I'm just going to count. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Emily, she kind of was there for 2 of them. 3. Anyway, this one goes out to Gracie. After that breakup, I dated a woman named Brooke Burton. I called her Gracie. She was one of the most incredible humorists, one of the best humorous comedians I've ever known. I just laughed and laughed and laughed with her. She was so fun. And she would do anything for a laugh. She would fall down, at the pew at a funeral if it was worth the laugh. So this is about called Rollaway Bed. It's a song about a rollaway bed. I wrote this and we posted it online. And one time I was looking at my website about what people used in a search engine to find their way to me. And the second most popular search engine thing outside of Ellis Paul, the name, was Rollaway Bed, because people were searching how to buy rollaway beds online. And it led them to my website, which is pretty funny. I wrote this about Gracie because I'd always end up with all the blankets at night because I'm a restless sleeper. I roll and I roll and I roll. But in this song, I reversed it. I had her being the one that looks like the human burrito in the morning, but it's always really me. I wrote this with Christian Bush of Sugarland, the country band. Wake up, Gracie, you're stealing the covers again. It's 4 in the morning, December's outside creeping in. 1,000 times over I love you, 1,001 now it's said. If I wanna sleep, we've gotta find you, your very own rollaway bed. La da 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 da. Thanks, Havala Global, for the tip. Now I'm an odd person. I come home late from playing in the bars. You're tossing and turning, spinning like Saturn and Mars. 8 in the morning, you wake me with your coffee and crossword in bed. You'd be less likely to burn me in your very own rollaway bed. Now Saturday we wake up, we're driving across town, trying to find the perfect bed. Now you fall on the mattress, you feel like an actress, the salesman, we're all turning red, all turning red, yeah, all turning red. Move over, Gracie, I can't stand sleeping alone. Without all your tossing, it don't even feel like I'm home. 1,000 times over I love you, 1,002 now it's sad. Baby, I'm sorry to wake you. Is there room in the rollaway bed? friends, was Roll Away Bed. This song was an up-tempo number that I added to the record in order to get some tempo to the damn thing. It's called Breaking Through the Radio, and it's about people that follow bands around the country, but more bands in the vein of the Grateful Dead, that kind of thing. Had a couple tips in a tip jar. Jared, Jennifer Adams. Now that you're in, best thing you guys can do over on Patreon is just click on that YouTube symbol on the video. If you're listening on a computer, that's the best way to come over to the rest of us. We're all on the chat there in YouTube, and then I'll be able to see you. Let's see. This is an open daddy-o, D-A-D-D-A-D. Good to see Pat McEntee here. Thanks for coming, brother. I'll put a little bit of more light on this one. Gotta see here.
Chicago, shaking the walls of every kid in the suburbs. I lifted my thumb up to the old highway, carved their names across the USA. I was chasing a rock band, chasing the ghost of the king of Graceland. Set me free, nothing but highway in front of me. Louisiana bayou, thunderstorms in Tennessee. But highway in front of me. Every town I greeted, everything I needed now was breaking through the radio. I hitched a ride up to Tupelo with a caravan of gypsy souls dancing in moonshine. Every song pulled me in like a lifeline. Set me free. There's nothing but highway in front of me. Louisiana bayou, thunderstorms in Tennessee. Set me free. Nothing behind me but history. Everything I needed, everything I wanted to know. Down a 2-lane road with a dog named Trey and a girl named Joe, headed for Georgia. Ain't it good to be where somebody knows ya? Set me free. There's nothing but highway in front of me. Louisiana bayou, thunderstorms in Tennessee. Set me free. Nothing behind me but history. Everything I wanted, everything I needed to know. Breaking through the radio.
lost the tuning quite a bit there. That was breaking through the radio, folks. Sorry for the slippage, but that happens. Pat McEntee, thank you for loving the old tip jar. You guys are being so kind tonight. Thank you. I love these album concerts. Karen said that she wanted to do a little poll to find out what you want to hear next. I think that's a great idea. Maybe on the Wednesday. Keep an eye out that for maybe on Wednesday. And, eventually I might choose a whole album by an artist, like the Beatles or Joni Mitchell or something like that, and do a front to back of a cover album. And that would be a great way for me to do these shows too on Sunday night. All right. For those of you that missed it, I'm just going to play this one more time as I get my bearings here. This is... I don't know about you guys, but I love those things. And they're fun to put together. All right, let's see here. The next song is called When We Begin, another love song. I love this song. I think the best version of it, though, is on Laurie McAllister's record. She sings it with Mark Orelli, and she sings it as a duet, and it's just heartbreakingly beautiful, really. I wonder if I have it here. God, I'd almost rather just play it that way. Let me see. Oh, but will you guys hear it? I guess you would. No, I don't have it here amongst my things. Too bad. This is called When We Begin, and it's about a first date. And I can tell, some of these songs are about breakups, and some of these songs are about deep love, and then some of these things are songs about starting over. And that's where I was when I was writing these songs. I've been with someone for 18 years, so some of these songs, like Words, are about that. And then some of them are about the aftermath of the breakup, like Sweet Mistakes, And then it goes into how do I be optimistic and write something about starting over again? And then I decided I'd write a song about a first date between a woman and a man who are meeting for the first time. And this is it, When We Begin. Strapless dress fit just right. Black strapless dress fit just right. It's marked on the calendar 6 Friday night. She puts on a little makeup, just enough to shake things up. 'Cause if she's moving on, she's gonna do it right. So tell me the story of all your past glories, the lovers, the losers, the friends. Spill all your magic, the good
tragic. Tonight, will this mystery end when we begin? The cab driver says, here we are. It's pouring outside on the boulevard. He smiles and he tips him, though nervousness sets in. He looks up at her place and pulls the door ajar. Tell me the story of all your past glories, the lovers, the losers, the friends. Spill all your magic, the good times and the tragic. Tonight, will this mystery end when we takes one last glance in the mirror. He shakes the rain off on the stairs. She's looking up at the hour. He's fixing up the flowers. They both make a wish for one goodnight kiss. He's knocking at the door. At the door, he's at the door. Tell me the story of all your past glories, the lovers, the losers, the friends. Spill all your magic, the good times and the tragic. Tonight, well, this mystery end when we begin. We begin when we begin. All right, we're getting to the tail end of this old record here. Just 2 songs left. That was When We Begin. Listen, do yourself a favor and check out Laurie and Laurie McCandless's version of that. It's absolutely gorgeous. And when I'm sending that song out to, movie people and television people and country stars or whatever to try and get covers, I don't send my version, I send their version. That's how much I love it. I think it's the best version of it out there. All right, the next one, of course, is God's Promise. Most of you know, if you're a fan of mine for a long time, that these are Woody Guthrie's words and my music. I was asked by the Guthries to come in and take a look at some of the songs, stray songs he has. And I did. I went to back then the archive, the Woody Guthrie archive was in New York City. Maybe I'll do this down here. Let's try it. didn't promise you skies painted blue, nor all colored flowers all your days through. I didn't promise you sun without rain, joys without sorrow, peace without pain. All that I promised, strength for this day, rest for my worker, lying on your way. I'll give you truth when you need it, my help from above, undying friendship, my unfailing love. Sure never did promise you crowns without trials, your food with no hard sweat, your tears without smiles, no hot sunny days without cold wintry snows, no victories without fighting, no laughs without wars. All that I promise, strength for this day, rest for my worker, lying on your way. I'll give you truth when you need it, my help from above, undying friendship, my unfailing love. Sure never did promise you heaven on earth, a life with no labor, no struggles, no dirt, no earthquakes, no dry spells, no fire flames, no drought, no slaving, no hunger, no blizzards, no blight. All that I promise, strength for this day, rest for my worker, on your way. I'll give you truth when you need it, my help from above, undying friendship, my unfailing love. I give you my power, this minute, this hour, the power you need. When you fall down and bleed, I give you my faith, my will to pull home, my love for my races, my colors, all kinds, my love for my races, my creeds of all kinds, my dancers, my prancers, my colors, all kinds, my saviors, my flavors, my creeds of all kinds. All right, we are down to our last song here. That was the song I wrote with Woody Guthrie. He doesn't know it, but I did. And the very last one of the batch, The Speed of Trees. And, you know, I'm proud of all these songs. I would say Maria's and 18, Sweet Mistakes, the Ballad of Chris McCandless, if you break down, they're all among my very best. I don't play Breaking Through the Radio because it was fiction. I never bought into the storyline so much there. But the rest of them, in Give and Give Up, the same thing. I don't know why. I think maybe it might that be the high notes, but it never really
glued into my live sets, those two songs. And they were kind of written to provide tempo for the record, and maybe that's another reason why I didn't play them very much. But Maria's Beautiful Mess, you know, I've played that nearly as much as any other song in my catalog, and will probably continually until I can't sing it anymore. It took a lot of people among my fan base. I want to thank Katrin in Germany for this one, because this is one I was going to walk away from. It's called The Speed of Trees. When you bend notes, the guitar goes out of tune. Uchenna, thank you for the love in the tip jar tonight. Stop. Hold on a minute, folks. Do this right with the tuner. This guitar is a high-strung guitar, and the strings are thinner. And if I hit them hard with a pick or bend them as I'm playing, you know, as an effect or whatever, they slide out of tune. We want this to be right. It's already better. Sometimes in the dead of the night, I'm dreaming that I'm flying at the speed of light. 3 seconds, I'm brushing past the face of the moon. 8 seconds, flat on the surface of Mars. I'm kicking up the red dust, drinking in bars. Lean back and raise a toast to the stars at night. You can hear this, I hope. I'm just going to play very lightly. Jeez Louise. Sometimes in the dead of the night, I'm dreaming that I'm flying at the speed of light. 2
seconds I'm brushing past the face of the moon. 8 seconds flat on the surface of Mars. I'm kicking up red dust, drinking in bars. I lean back, raise a toast to the stars at night, when I'm dreaming at the speed of light. Some days I just settle for the speed of sound. Step on this porch and blow a kiss to this whole damn town. Let off one of them sonic booms and break all the windows in the living rooms. Blow out the heads of the boys at the old fairgrounds, laughing at the speed of sound. And you'd say, go. Why don't you go then? If you wanna go, why don't you decide? Pick a road. Decide. Is it a train or a plane or a bride? Decide, 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 decide. Your love makes me move at the speed of trees. I've laid down some roots, have grown a head full of make-believes. But if it weren't for that face of yours, I'd be rattling windows, blowing down doors. Look at me here, planet square on my knees, asking for the speed of trees. I'm asking for the speed of trees. Asking for the speed of trees. All right, that finally held on a little bit there, tuning wise. Hey guys, thanks so much for being part of this night with me. I'm just gonna sit with you a while, play something off of another album here. Let's see. Maybe, let's do Angel from Montgomery. I hope you guys have downloaded this. For those of you that are new to Patreon tonight, there's a whole album waiting for you to download, but you're going to have to scroll back to September posts to get it. Or maybe Karen can add the download link on the Wednesday show. Maybe we'll do that as well. Or she could do it even now, right here, right now, in the yeah, let's see. Good night, Nancy. Thanks for coming through. My pleasure, guys. Cheers. Thanks so much. My old man is another child who's grown up. Thanks, Alan. Glad you came by. Appreciate it. Thunder desire. This old house would have burnt down a long time ago. Thank you, Kyle. Glad to have you here tonight. Thank you, Martin. Thanks so much, Jared and Jennifer. Good to see you guys. Charlene, thank you over there on the Patreon side. It's just a hard way to go. I do, actually. When I was a young girl, well, I had me a cowboy. Thank you, Henry. He weren't much to look at. Michael, thanks so much for swinging by, brother. Just a free rambling man. Thanks, Gene. But that was a long time. Nice to spend some time with you guys. Thank you. No matter how I tried, the years just flew by.
just as we have a full moon out there. Thank you, Gordon. Just go to Roots on the Rails and contact them about that last room or two. Karen says, just click hashtag new album. You'll have to explain that, Karen. I don't know what that means. Thank you, Lisa. Nice to have you all here tonight.
This flies in the kitchen. I can hear them buzzing, and I ain't done nothing since I woke up today. How the hell can a person?
Thanks, Rose, for the love and the tip jar tonight. My best to you and Paul.
Come home in the evening with nothing to say. Make me an angel to fly.
I'm gonna go out for a little jog under the full moon. Sweat some of this pandemic off. Wendy, thank you so much. Glad to see you here.
Just give it one thing that I
Thank you, Katie. My best to you guys. Sending love.
to believe in this living is just a hard way to go.
It's a nice walk down through history.
To believe in this living
Lots of great friends sang on this record, and more to come, guys. We'll figure out what we're going to do for the next album show,
is just a hard
and we'll let you know which album wins. Good night.